Здравствуйте. I, along with Dr. Nancy Floyd from North Carolina Western University, extend our greetings to the students and professors at Ryazan State University and their guests taking part in the 7th International Symposium on Man in the World of Culture. We are happy to be partnering with Dr. Solovyov and his students in the photo sharing project dedicated to the topic of Everydayness, which is also the focus of this year's symposium. The idea behind the project is to provide students from Russia, the United States, and other countries the opportunity to share pictures via the internet that capture some aspect of the everydayness that is part of their lives. Students will be invited to submit images of activities, events, and objects that are representative of everydayness that fall into one of several spheres, including education, consumption, spiritual, leisure, friends and family, social eating, and the commonplace. The students will then evaluate their submissions and those of their international counterparts for indications of similarities and differences in the norms and values of the cultural milieu in which the photos were taken. There will also be a cross-cultural section of the online project to which students will be invited to post photos taken while traveling abroad that captured activities, events, or objects representing everydayness in another cultural setting. This will give them the opportunity to reflect on what they observed and experienced while being immersed in another culture. It's also an invitation to look at photos that they took while they were outside of their native cultural bubble and to see them as something more than travel postcards or snapshots for their personal scrapbooks. The goal of the project is to turn our students into forensic scientists, as it were. They will become detectives who will study photographs taken by themselves as well as others for evidence of similarities or differences as represented in the everydayness of life as lived in various cultural settings. To do this, our student forensic scientists will need to think about how they should evaluate the photographs for evidence of everydayness. They will be encouraged to look beyond the activities, the events, and the objects captured in the photos, and to read them for what they reveal about the underlying norms and values of the cultural milieu in which the photos were taken. So, how might our student forensic scientists read the photos? Well, one way is to think of each one as saying something like, "It is not unusual to see such and such in Ryazan, America, Russia, North Carolina, etc., depending on where the photo was taken." And then to complete the sentence by describing what seems to be the subject of the picture. For example, the photos that I uploaded as examples in the cross-cultural section all say something about what I have observed as being not unusual in Russia. And here's how you can read this particular group of photos, which I will try to share with you now.